Wanted it again, so I said, all right. And so, hey, this is Trace Foster, my guitar tech. Trace Foster was my guitar tech from 1993 till 2004. Then he went off with some guys, what's their name? Joe Perry, Angus from AC/DC. Yeah, he's done some guitar. And I said, come back, and he came back, so he's just been great. And I was just doing my acoustic stuff for you today. Hi. Did you end up bringing your guitar? You didn't bring it. Oh, you're just not going, okay. Well, we got some there. We got a Ovation over there, yeah. Another one. Hello, Josh, how are you? And a bass. You rock, girl. Nice. Bass mystifies me. Bass, it's just like I want to do more. But good bass players are like, boom. And Essie, right? Hester. You have the most interesting guitars. Look at that, that's cool. Is that like a European-made one? Or is it? No. Cool. Well, I'm glad to see you. I thought I'd, sorry, I'm saying hi to everybody. Guitars and the guitars there. All right. Hello, Steve. Hello, everybody. And way over there, okay. Can't see you at all. I can't, it's like light. Okay. So, yeah, if you were here last, year and a half ago, I just talked about, guitars. I went through all my guitars, but this time I'm just gonna bring out the old Ovation. Yeah, which it's so funny. The Ovation is a funny guitar because a lot of really classic guitar people are like, that's not a real guitar. Yeah, it is. But right. It fits a gal better, I think. I've always thought that. And when I first started playing, the very first guitar I ever had when I was 8 years old was a Stella by Harmony, which is great because Harmony was an okay guitar. It wasn't bad. And that's the number one reason why people stop playing guitar, is because it's so hard to play, and especially a child. If you get a cheap guitar for a child, usually it's really hard to push down and they get really frustrated. So my dad actually brought it home for my sister, who was 4 years older than me, and I was 8, and I was like, please let me play, and then, no, you're too young, your fingers will bleed and you'll quit. No, you're too young. And I said, please, and they finally let me, and my fingers bled, and I didn't quit, and now I have calluses. But I first had a Stella, then I had a Alvarez Yairi, nice, pretty 6-string, and then I started playing in bands. I don't know, and I wanted a 12-string because I think I went to church camp or something, and some dude, right, had this 12-string, and I was like, oh, that's it, man. He was like the coolest, and it sounded so big. It was just so fierce, so I went and got a Guild 12-string, and it was this big. It was like, I have a picture, and I'm kind of like this around it. And I tried, and then I tried to play it in this band I was in, and we had a pickup because it wasn't it was just acoustic, and had this horrible it was like gum or something. You put it on, it was a pickup, and oh my god, and you'd put it on and it'd go with this feedback, that was all it was. So it just wasn't happening. I had a little pig nose amp. Remember those pig noses? Yeah. I had a little pig nose amp. It was horrible. And so I went back to the guitar place, and I said, I don't know if this will work. And he said, I've got something for you to try. And the Ovation was kind of new. This was like 76, 74, something like that. I don't know how old I was. Yeah, about 74. And he had an Ovation, and the neck was all small, and I could fit it here. I was like, this is for me. And you could just plug it right in, and it was electric. And because it just had a hole here, it didn't feed back as much. And man, I played that thing until it was stolen from me. But don't feel sorry for me, because I was a naughty girl in the wrong place, and I shouldn't have been there. And the guitar was like, it's okay. I lost the guitar because of it, and that's okay. Yes, that's all I'm gonna say. So I started playing, and I played a lot of country music. That's kind of how you learn and you play. And I played a lot of cover music. I played Fleetwood Mac, I played the Eagles, City girls just seem to find out early. How, now I forgot how to play it. I don't know, it's just a smile. A rich old man, she won't have to worry. Just up on the lays and go in style. Yeah, actually I think I used to do it in G. So, I played all those, and I played in bands. And then when I graduated high school, before I went to Berklee College of Music, my father said, you should make some money. Why don't you, bless my father, he believed so much all the time. He said, why don't you go down to the Ramada Inn and ask them, tell them you know how to play and get a job there. And I was like, but they don't have live music at the Ramada Inn. Well, just go ask them. All right, so I did, and then he said, okay, why not? And so for the first time, I started playing solo, and I knew how to play piano too, and I'm looking around for a piano now. And this is a guitar clinic, right? And so that's where I started playing alone. And then when I went to Boston, I started playing in at Ken's by George. It was a steakhouse, a seafood steakhouse, whatever, anyway. And I played and played and played. Then I went to Long Beach and Pasadena, where for 5 years I played solo. And those were the years where I started doing my own songs. I'd sneak those in between. It's a marvelous night for a moon dance. Play all those songs. And then the rest is history. But that's sort of those years, those 6-7 years of playing solo is what led me to my sort of style of, it's the rhythm, because I had no drummer, I had no bass player, I had no anything, and so I would pick a song, and and so I would start doing a lot of rhythm, a whole bunch, and just to keep myself happy. But what I didn't do was a lot of lead playing, because you're like, hey, you're doing all this stuff, and then you go, and it's like, everybody goes, So I sort of developed my own little, okay, I got to keep everything going at the same time. And I used to, I'm going to do this for you, because I haven't done it in a long time. I might have done this last year when I played for you guys, but I don't remember. I used to do this song. It was a big crowd release. They say the neon lights are bright on Broadway. They say there's always magic in the air. But when you're walking down that street, you ain't had enough to eat. The glitter rubs right off and you're nowhere. And I used to, I'd hit this and bang, and people go, ooh. It's very exciting, but that's see? And you still do, don't you? It's fabulous. So, that's yes.
Do you remember Ain't No Sunshine?
Do I remember Ain't No Sunshine? I just did that. Hey, would you like to play that? Is this a request? Okay, it's A minor. For those of you who have your guitar, A minor, E, G, A minor. Easy, just like that. And when it is sunshine, which is gone, it's just E minor. Always gone too long. D minor. It's so easy. Anytime she goes away, and A minor. Yeah, we'll speed it up real quick. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Hey. It's not warm when she's away. Ain't no sunshine, E minor, when she's gone. And she's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away. I wonder this time where she's gone. And I wonder if she's going to stay. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. E minor, D minor, she's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away. And take a deep breath. I know, 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 I know. I don't ever count the I knows. We just say them until we want to stop. Oh, leave the old thing alone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Yeah. So I want to take questions from you because that's what I do the best. And if you're in the front, we'll just otherwise. But if you're in the back, my wife has a microphone, which is really dangerous. Wow. No, I love you, baby. Is he? Wow. No, but I can hear you up front. Yes. What would you question?
I have trouble. See, you got me to buy the old 12-string, your signature series, and I can't hit bar chords to save my life.
Perhaps you could repeat the question for our friends in the back.
I will tell them.
Thank you.
I'll tell you, bar chords. The question is bar chords, which is you're being judged if you're not. Yeah, especially by the guys. They'll go, yeah, no, you play like a girl. You can't play a bar chord. Okay, the bar chord. I would suggest lifting weights. The thing is, the bar chord is. I can crush walnuts. But the thing is with the bar chord, if you're trying to do it with your palm, you're not going to get the same strength. Okay, you've got to put your thumb on the back, and then practice like you've seen a capo, right? But think about it. Think about it as less effort and more. You just want to put the pressure in the right place, and you want to, like if you were just this right here, bam, and it's but your finger you're gonna get it not on the bottom here because that's harder. You're gonna roll your thing up just slightly there, and you just find where it fits. Then you move this all around. But what you gotta do, I stretch my hands all the time, and you'll see me sometimes when I'm meeting you. I'll do this unconsciously. It's just because you gotta keep these. I wish I got tiny hands. I do. People are like, you got such small hands. I think I stunted.
Honey, on that note, can I I'm just because I have a microphone.
On small hands, I am really afraid now.
Oh, no. That was completely wonderfully subconscious. But
we're gonna talk about this later.
Yes.
Okay. Love you. What? Yes, dear.
Working hard not to blush. Okay, so I found all these years talking about guitar playing that what's interesting, she's very quiet and humble about it, but she has very small hands. And if you had hands as big as Jimi Hendrix, you could go whack, 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 right? Which is a terrible impression of him playing, but you know. So what she is doing with very small hands is kind of freaking amazing.
Oh,
So
you're very sweet. We are talking about guitar playing, right?
you know, this is just
Okay, sorry. I love you. I love you. I love you. It doesn't matter. Oh my God. So yes. So it's actually about really working your. I would get stress balls, and do that thing, and it's what's going on.
You said stress balls.
I did. We're just it's going badly fast. We talked about this backstage. That's what's important is when you're fretting a note, the best note, the clearest note is at the very bottom of the fret. Yeah, if you're going here, that's going to be awful. I mean, really hard too. So this will make it easier. So go right to the bottom of the fret. The difference between that and that. Yeah, it's a sense of pride, an F bar chord. It really is, I gotta tell you. I did that guitar thing it was 99, I think. It was for Lifetime Girls with the Guitars or something, and we did a guitar pull with Cheryl and Stevie and the Hart sisters, the Wilson sisters. They were great. And I said, okay, let's do me and Bobby McGee in F, and they all went, oh, Melissa, you can do it in F. We're not going to do it in F. It's like, I'm badass. Anyway, okay, next question. Yes. Oh, it's Josh with a question.
Gentleman.
Yes, we
Hello,
love
is
Josh.
this your first time with Melissa?
Yeah. So I know who she is now.
Hi.
Hey.
What's
I have a question. I know you were talking about your acoustics, but I want you to be a gearhead for a bit and tell us about your new pedal board and the impetus to moving to that sort of setup.
Oh,
that is cool.
Excellent question, because it's one thing she'd rather talk about.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Well, you've seen me in the last 10 years on my journey of pushing myself as a guitar player. And I got a lot of help from Pete Thorne in my For Fearless Love, my guitar player I had. He was so giving and teaching, and he taught me about pedals, and he taught me about guitars and how to really make a guitar sing. And the greatest advice he gave me was, Melissa, play the guitar like you're singing. And I try to do that every night. It's like, I want to find a melody to sing. And so I started getting pedals. Opportunities, you just, it's limitless, and you can really make a fine piece of music cheaper and more efficient. So what the fractal was these guys over the last 10 years have recorded every single sound that a guitar can make on every single pedal with every single amp. Yes, so now my little board, I don't need an amp. It is all in the board, and every guitar is now, each guitar has its own, I sat there with Trace, there you are. I sat there with Trace in my home for 3 days, and we went through every guitar, and we would try different amps, because you've got a Roland amp in there, you've got a Marshall stack, you've got a Fender, and so for the big Gretsch, we rolled up the Roland Jazz, I think, and he loaded the pedals, everything that sounds just perfect for that guitar. Then we put that in, it's got its own set, its own preset, and then we put, the Les Paul. The Les Paul gets its, Marshall stack with it's like having all the equipment in the world you want right here. And the sound is completely consistent every single night, which makes my sound crew just like, it's like a dream for them. And for me too, because I can step up and so what it's got is each guitar
he'll come in, he'll hit it, and the whole thing will come up. And then I have complete. I can play. There's 2 delays on there. There's 2 distortions. There's a short reverb. There's a long reverb. The pedal that's on the left, it takes it more and more reverb, and then he's got the reverb and the delay, so you can hear when I'd be playing it would go wah, and it's like, this is so much fun. And there's phases and some flangers and some chorus on it, and we're that's just like we've just begun. It's like I'm getting those sounds down, because this is like my 4th show maybe with it, and it's a whole new way of kind of learning. But because I travel so much, because we're going, like here, we couldn't bring all the equipment here either. It makes it so much easier. So I've got that. There's a wah-wah pedal that we can dial in whatever wah-wah we want and make it as long as you want on the thing. It's like, it's kind of crazy good. So I'm getting into it, and it took me a long time. One, because I didn't have the desire to learn all of that, the learning curve of it. But he basically works with the guys who invented it. So he came in and went, and I said, there you go. Now you can never leave my side. So I don't know what to do. But it's all through a computer, and it's astounding. And the sound is just amazing. Yeah. That's a long answer to that story, but that is where I'm at.
Thank you.
All right. Hello.
Awesome.
I'm coming behind you, right there. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. I'm like Oprah. Do I get a Quran? No. We have a daughter in Colombia, not yet.
Back to the small hands and bar chords. Is there anyone out there today making a guitar to fit a woman?
Yes.
Right?
Ovation is about the only one. Really, it's so funny. Even the guys that make Ovation, I was like, hey, a lot of women play Ovation guitars and would love to make Ovation. They're like, They buy things, they really do, and they like me. Yeah, so it's funny. Guitar, there's a real blind spot to women and guitars. They're just women in music, and so just keep showing up at the guitar stores.
I drove all the way to Pennsylvania for a woman who was making beautiful inlaid guitars, and they were gorgeous.
Yeah.
But every single one buzzed.
Yeah. See. Yeah. So where'd my water go? There it is. Yeah. So.
You gotta get one of your fans to come up with a great design. Come on.
Well, there you go, fan design.
I think you need to sponsor a guitar company and make the I will buy 3.
We're making Ovation is they've been real kind to me. Ovation, and do know that. And they, especially the factory in Connecticut. This guy, he made this one specifically for me. I told him, I said, sometimes the spotlights are in my eyes and I can't see the fret, where you're at. So if you're ever listening to me and I'll be going, yeah. All right, like, that's because but I said, you gotta make them bigger here so I can see it when the light is right in my eyes. And he did. He made them all nice and big, and he puts that there, and of course he put this on there, and he made this is like maple neck. It's really sweet. So I forgot what I was talking about. Yes.
So people ask you very often, how do you write your songs? Is it the melodies?
Yes, that's
words?
the most asked question.
But
Yes.
now that you start playing more lead guitars and riffs and stuff, do you now also maybe start a song when you're just, you're noodling maybe, or just playing a bit and then you think, oh well, maybe that's the start of the song? And if so, because I think of your last album,
Not the Memphis one. Yeah, but this is me.
Like, I think there are a few songs like Ain't That Bad with the riff.
Yeah.
I can imagine you just playing that riff.
Well, so many of my songs have come from, and I think some of our favorite have come from the riff. I did that for, and I mean, like, I remember going, I wanted a song that was like that, that was like, and this, those are riffs. And I played those over and over before I started writing the song, or, you know. All those were.
Those are riffs on the acoustic.
Ah, but you're talking about electric. Oh, well, the Ain't That Bad riff was absolutely electric. Yeah, I set that up. Rockstar was his name, a big rapper guy. He was producer. He was really amazing to work with that day with him. And he was like, he'd never worked with a real instrument. You know, so much of the music they make now is all electronics. And I brought in my amp and my guitar, and he's like, "Oh, what can you do?" And I just started, playing that. And he's like, "Ah!" And he recorded, and he picked like 2 bars, and he looped it, and it was a song. I'm like, right on. So yeah, I do, and I'm trying to think of the new album. Yeah, there's new album. There's definitely, it's riff. Of course now I write songs. Ooh, I want to play guitar to them. So that's what the new album is guitar. There's a lot of it.
Hey, honey, is there I'm just thinking, is there a lick? This is going to come out wrong in any way, say.
I know.
Is there a lick you can teach everyone? Like, group lick. That's what I'm saying.
What?
Can you teach people how to do I don't play guitar, but I just thought it would be, I'll be quiet. No.
I was much too busy, I think, embarrassed. What were you asking? I missed the question. Never mind.
Is there one of your, the beginning?
Yes, dear.
You as a group can, trying to find
Oh yeah, no, I was going to see if you wanted to learn I'm the Only One. Yeah.
There you go.
So that came from, it came from the thought of, wow, Bring Me Some Water worked so well, and Bring Me Some Water is just an old blues, the shuffle kind of, well, not shuffle, Bring Me Some Water, but I'm the Only One came from like the blues place and the shuffle, and I wanted to, I just, everyone needs a rock song like that. So this is your bar chord on your G. Yeah, once again, right there at the bottom, bar chord on the G. Now whenever I play the blues, I always just folk it up, just where the blues is all there. The blues is that. I just so the intro was kind of a, and it would go back down, and you'd still have the major, which is what makes it not blues. But so it's like I'm basically smashing down to kind of an A, but I'm only playing the bottom 4 strings, which are really 8 strings because it's a 12 string. And then it's a hammer off. So you've got your form here, and it's the root, the 7, the 5, and the 1. And you'll always hear me keeping time in my guitar still. I just do it like I used to do when I go solo, and that's where that. See, I'm always going like this. So this is your basic feel that you're playing. So you got that going. So it's just around the G, ba-da-da, and then so it's I wish the C, D, G, but it's hammer off and then hammer on, if you know how to do that. All right. So it's like you let that ring out, hit the 1 again down there. So I'll talk about that. Guitar yet? Are you just you learning? How long have you played? Really? You're much older now. How old are you now? 7. I'm gonna wait to sing this. Please, baby, can't you see? My mind's a burning hell. IRAs are ripping and tearing and stripping my heart apart as well. Tonight you told me that you wait for something new. Some other woman is looking like something that might be good for you. A minor, go on and hold her to the D till the screaming is gone. And whenever I hit a D, I'm always hammering on it because it's just, it's there. So you should. You know, A minor, go on, believe her when she tells you nothing's wrong. But I'm the only one. F, who walk across a fire for you, E minor. Why do I tell I came up with that? I thought that was pretty amazing. That's the E, D, B, E, D, B, D, 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 G. Drowning my desire for you. A minor, only fear that makes you run. The demons that you're hiding from. F, R chord to C. I'm the only one. That's how that goes.
You have a question, Mike?
More questions.
Here, come around.
And go.
I noticed that you play the 12 string more than the 6 string. Why do you do that? What's the difference and
Well,
why do you prefer that?
because I played so long solo by myself, it was more, and I started developing this rhythmic thing that when I play it on the 12 string just sounded better. You know, it was like I had a hi-hat and a shaker and everything all built in my guitar, you know. Yeah, more octaves. I just fell in love with the sound. Seriously, the guy at church camp played it, and I was like, cool. That's you know. And remember you like Boston? You know, you hear all those Boston songs and I remember Long Train Running. Remember Long Train Running. Remember Illinois Central. The Doobie Brothers song. I remember all those, you know, great and the Eagles. They do. There it is. There it is. So all of those were, you know, classic 12-string songs that I really liked. So I just kept playing, and you know, I mean, I could play "Bring Me Some Water" on a 6-string, but it's not going to be as exciting at all. So yes, that one first, and then yes. My harmonica, yes.
Yeah. When you play Royal Station and Prison, are you playing on the same key harmonica? Are you playing chromatic? Or jazz harp? Are you playing?
Prison, I'm playing. Actually, Prison and Royal Station are both on C blues harp. I have not learned. I keep going, oh, I should probably get a chromatic harp and, you know, and learn how to do it. And then I hear Stevie Wonder and I go, never forget it, never mind. He's amazing. You know, and I listen to all those. So, no, I just use C, but then like for Prison, I use C as a straight C. Yeah, I love that song, Prison. But when I play it for Royal Station, we're in G, but I'm playing the C blues harp. So, you know how you so one I'm playing it straight, and the other one I'm playing the blues way. You know what I mean? Okay. Good. Yes. And now you.
Wait, do you need a microphone? Please.
She really desperately wants to work.
She has excellent projection, though. I just want to
I
say.
know, she's great.
And go.
Thank you, Melissa. I'd very much like to learn how to play the little riff to Ruins.
Oh, yeah, okay, I can see, yeah.
Excellent question.
All right, so that's in C. All right. Ruins, interesting. I wrote Ruins on the electric guitar, actually. That was because I was wanting to make some like harder music. It's funny on Yes I Am, but it ended up, I remember rehearsing with the band, and I couldn't get them to kind of hit it the way I wanted to. And then when I went on the 12 string and played it, I went, oh, it sounds better. But now when I play it on the electric. Oh, there you are. Okay. So it's in C, and it's just the box up here is the C octave. Now when I hit the first one, I hit it down, but the second note is up. So that's why the octaves are. So you get the octave there, but then you get the regular note up there, if that makes sense too, on a 12 string. But it's, and then you go back to the 5th, yeah, and then it's the 7th. That's all it is. So it's just back and forth. It's just around in that little box, and yeah. So that's all that is. Yeah, that one. Thank you. Thank you. That's a nice one. Yes.
Your voice sounds great.
Yay. Mm-hmm. Well, not so much.
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's for vocal health. Asking, she complimented my voice, said it sounded as good as it
very good.
Thank you very much. My wife will attest to the fact that I take, because my voice is a muscle. I consider myself like an athlete. That I need to take care of the muscle, and an athlete would make sure they're rested. If I'm sleepy, my voice is going to be tired, and it's going to be a little ragged. Not that you mind ragged, it's true. It's not been a problem whenever that happens. But and also what I eat and when I eat, because my throat is affected mostly by my stomach. I learned that 94 was the first time that I got myself run down. I was on tour, and there's something you get into this habit called after show food. Yeah, which will take anyone down. I promise you, anyone who's having problems on the road when you hear someone's had to cancel because of their throat, it's after show food. Because just like doctors will tell you, acid reflux. I would eat barbecued chicken wings at midnight, and then I go lay down to go to sleep, and it would burn up here, and then it causes inflammation, and then all of a sudden you're sick, but you're not really sick because the guy, this is the first time I went to a doctor, like it was Dr. Sugarman. He's like the voice doctor of Beverly Hills, and I had to cancel 2 shows, and I hate canceling shows, and he said, yeah, it's your stomach. And so that's when I went, wait a minute, this has to stop. And I never eat after show food, ever. And
she never does. And I'm after the shows, I'm exhausted and so hungry, and I'm sitting there going, I don't know how you do that. I try not to, but she never
My
does.
bass player constantly asks me if I want a bite of his food. I'm like, no, I don't. For years, I will tell you no. But it's because when I'm singing, any vicinity of like a week out, I don't ever eat after 8 o'clock is the latest, because everything just once you do that, my voice got better after cancer, because that was a big part of the health. It was right after cancer. You start listening to The Awakening and everything after, and like Fearless Love. I remember, wow, I'm singing like crazy on that, and it's because I have found a better health. And an understanding of what I need to do to keep my body healthy, to keep my voice healthy. So thank you. Yes.
Will you teach us the intro to Like the Way I Do?
To Like the Way I Do. All right, D minor. I don't know why. D minor. So, actually, I now, for the last few years, have been playing Like the Way I Do, yeah, on a drop D, in drop D, because, I don't know, for so many years, I never detuned my guitars. I never did anything. I always kept it in standard tuning. David Crosby said I worked harder than anybody else on guitar playing.
Is that like Hawaiian slack key? Drop D?
No, it's just, all you do is, it's just, instead of an E, you tune it down to a D. And if you've never done that, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
No, it really is, because all of a sudden you get all these. And it's like, oh, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that all day. That's why, so, basically you get this great D chord, because you got that bass down there. So when I finally figured that out, well, why haven't I been doing that all along? Now I walk out there. Now when I play Like the Way I Do, that's why I played on this white guitar, because we have it detuned. It's like, oh wow. But if you don't want to detune your D or your E, that's fine, and you just don't play the bottom string pretty much. But it's D minor. And you hammer on and off the 7. You're hammering the D and the 7. And again, it's my little shaker. That's what I got. So this is the rhythm. Same note going back forwards is that D and that C, and you go back and forth between the D and the B flat. I don't know. I was 20-nothing when I wrote this song. I mean, it was fun. I would have written it in like another key where I could play it, but it is what it is. Yeah, so. And sometimes I let the E ring and you get this sort of sound and that sort of sound, which is fun. So I don't try and I also don't try to bar chord this one. That's why, yes. I just don't. And then it's the C with a little D in it still. Ooh, I love nines in all my songs. So then when I go and I go do the solo, and we all play and have fun and stuff. That's when I can. Thing. I'm up there just that's fun. Because then you have all these octaves and that's fun. So that's right. That's what you wanted, was just that little back and forth, right?
And we have a question in the back. This lovely woman back here, honey, straight ahead. Hi. Walk with me.
Okay.
Oh my God, we have a special guest star. This is Celise. I have a real question.
A real question.
I have many questions.
Oh my God! No, you guys, Celise. If you haven't seen Celise is a monster guitar player. Monster guitar player. It's about you right now. Yes, it is. That's why you are on. No, she for the Memphis Rock and Soul. She played with me and she sang with me. She would gather every town we go to. You'd gather all those crazy background singers, and you would whip them into shape.
Adopted daughter. She's our. You're always saying really nice things to me. It makes me uncomfortable. Okay, real question.
Okay.
Do you have like a biggest guitar influence, like a player or players that really influenced you?
Okay, you want to know the players that really I went, ooh, I want to do that. One, Richie Havens. Richie Havens. If you watch the Woodstock, him playing Johnny, Here Comes Johnny. He's playing. Wow, his hands again are like this, and it was where I first went, wait a minute, I can use my guitar as more than just notes. I can play rhythms, and you got it. Just YouTube Richie Havens Woodstock. Freedom. Yeah, that's it. Freedom. Thank you, Anita. I appreciate that. Hi. It is amazing. It will blow your mind. He's just sitting down. He's got like his dashiki on, and he's just freedom, and he's just doing this like. And so that early on, when I was 10, 11, 12, really influenced me. Then as I went on and listened to guitar players, your acoustic, the Eagles dudes and stuff like that, I would play like. But then I loved like a Keith Richards. Because Keith plays, he's got that rhythmy, I like a guitar that adds, it's a rhythm instrument, it's a percussion, and I enjoy guitar players who treat it as such, and so I'd say Keith Richards. Slee Henderson's pretty awesome too. You are, sister. I can't wait to see you. Yes. Yes,
You're
bass.
trapped on a desert island and you can only have one record.
Record? I thought you were going to say guitar. Oh, guitar. I'd make one.
One record.
One record.
To listen to. What would it be?
It'd be a toss-up between Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run, probably. I love that album. And Ricky Lee Jones' Pirates.
Thank you.
That's a great album. I would take two, even though I was only allowed one. Somehow I put both of them in that one album. Yes. Yes. I used to play drums. When I was learning, when I was hanging out with these grown men who, had families, but on the weekends they would go play music. That's the guys that I hung out with first when I was 12, 13. My father would drive me, and we'd all go, and I would enter the adult world and play places like this and little stages like this, and make $50 a night, and the musicians were sweet guys. They were great, and they taught me a lot. And the drummers would say, "Yeah, come back here," and they taught me how to play drums. So then when I got to high school, my high school show group needed a drummer, and I said,
Can you do that again? The what group?
Pot of beret, kickball chains. Yeah. One year they made me dance. I said, I'm gonna play now. So, but I had a, prepare yourself, a boyfriend when I was
How'd that work out?
15. Well, his name was Melvin. I met Melvin again in the late 90s. He just chuckled the whole time. I'm like, I know, it's okay. But he gave me his drum set. He had a drum set. That's love, man. He was my boyfriend. But he gave me a drum set, so I would, I had it all done up, and I played it for a couple years. I played it for my school, and then my senior year we had the huge flood in Kansas City, and it flooded my drum set out because it was in the basement. So I lost that, and I really didn't play again because, again, I was playing solo and there wasn't much. I mean, I love drumming, like drum circles. I would do that.
Hard to carry it around.
It's hard to carry around. Again, hard to play by yourself. Solo drum set. No, they're not going to listen to that. And so I've been once I went on the solo tour. And if you've seen that, where I loop, where I kind of have those hand drums and I loop things, I started to fall back in love with drumming. And so when I went to record my new album, I've been doing that over the last few months. I said, well, maybe I'll just try drumming myself and putting some, loops down, beats down. I haven't played enough to be seriously good at it for a long time. But I can do it and play and have fun. And so when I would come back and do that during the way I do with Brian, and we'd play, I started really enjoying that. And I said, I want to start the show now. I want to come up and start playing. And I'm like, okay, that's enough. And move on. But I love drums.
But what's really sad is now I can tell people I'm sleeping with the drummer. That's
Tracy's like, yeah, you are. It's just bad. It's just bad.
So, my love, we have it's almost 3:30.
Oh,
and so I think we're going to announce two good news. You're going to be signing today.
Yeah, I know you all, wanted me to sign things.
No, we'll do a no picture, but we'll do signing at the ribbon cutting. I heard around 4 o'clock.
Remember, if you were here last time, we forgot T-shirts. Little thing like that. Little. We have lots of T-shirts now. We have a whole store now. Whatever you want.
Hats, T-shirts, snow tires, really wonderful things.
Yes. So they'll always. So I'm gonna go sign, and if you have a guitar or something you want something signed, you can
do you
bring
want to
it.
do one last thing or?
Yeah. What one last song we want to do? Yes.
Some football.
But then I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and I'm like. Patrick Mahomes. All of a sudden, I'm all about him. I am just that girl.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. I'm just thinking ahead. It's all good. This is our life, basically, honey. I'm just talking out loud. She's also going to be signing tomorrow.
Oh, yes,
right?
today and tomorrow.
Today and tomorrow. So
at 4
spread the
o'clock
news
at
in
the
case people were at meet and greet today, didn't get things signed. So there you go. So
where?
Oh, hello.
You have to figure that out. You have to find me.
Okay.
I'll tell you right.
It's where all the shops are, and I believe tomorrow's at 2 o'clock. I heard it from God just now. And it's yes, God is with us, and His name is Stephen.
Yes.
And it's on which floor? Does anyone know where that is? Where the 5.
5. Look at you all.
So today it's at 4. Tomorrow it's at
2.
Thank you. Okay.
And thank you all for being just the best fans, the best folks. A little Precious Pain. I'll teach you how to do a little Precious Pain. So C to A minor, and we walk up and down from the C to the A minor, back and forth. Now, people, sometimes I wish I could tell you what choices I'm making here. Why? I don't know. I roll around the chord. I know. I'm sorry. It's just. I just got used to where the root is. Hammering on and off the D and the E. Hammering your 1 and your 3, so just back and forth. Everybody's got a home.